Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Tom Spark. Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be checking out IPVanish VPN and doing a review. We're going to be rating it in the tier list on vpntierlist.com. Now, of course, we've already done an IPVanish review maybe around a year or so ago. I wanted to make an updated review, see if anything's changed, see if any of my ratings changed with this service, give you guys kind of a new upgraded VPN review, of course, because I have better production value now as well. So I just wanted to kind of update that. So IPVanish has undergone some changes as well since my last review, so we'll be updating it with some of these changes. So anyways, guys, without further ado, let's get into the review. Let's check out pricing. So IPVanish is always kind of having like these birthdays and flash sales and stuff like this. It seems like every week I'm getting some kind of affiliate email like, hey, come check out this new sale. If you get this many people signed up for IPVanish, we're going to give you a huge bonus. So guys, I don't really pay attention to the sales too much, but in terms of pricing, IPVanish does pretty decently. The thing I like about it is that while it does have all these annoying flash sales and stuff like that go on like pretty much every week, so in that way it's trying to push you to buy it quickly. The good thing about it is that they're not trying to push you into long-term commitment plans like with NordVPN, CyberGhost, PureVPN. These VPNs try to get you to sign up for like 5 years with like a 30-day refund policy. So after 30 days, you can't get your money back and you're stuck with them for a long time, no matter any data breaches, hacks, company acquisitions, and so forth. So the IPVanish, you really only have the 1 month, 1 year, and 3 month plan, which is pretty consumer friendly, I think. And the 1 year plan especially is only $48, which is a pretty good deal. 1 month for $10 is okay, just kind of decent standard. 3 months for $27 is also pretty good. And for that, you get 10 simultaneous connections. One thing is that we only get a 7-day money back guarantee here. So that is a little bit low. I like to see around 30-day for a VPN. So that's something to note, especially if you're looking to test it out. You're going to have to do it before 7 days to get that refund. Although IPVanish does send out refunds pretty easily. And with 1 year, we do get Sugar Sync, which is kind of like a Dropbox. So it's kind of sync your files across the cloud and stuff like that. So it's kind of a little bonus there. Not really quite sure where they packaged it in. Maybe they just have some kind of partnership with Sugar Sync. I know that the company behind IPVanish, J2 Global, owns a lot of companies, so that could also be a company underneath their umbrella trying to get people to buy the 1 year plan and perhaps a little bit more. $10 I think could be a little bit cheaper per month. I think $7 to $8 is more of the sweet spot for me personally. My top rated VPNs have really good discount codes. This one specifically does not offer me discount codes. It doesn't have any discount codes really to make this pricing plan cheaper. So Torguard VPN, it's $10 a month, but Torguard provides me a code TomSpark that makes it $5 a month, and the yearly price is only $30 a year. But IPVanish doesn't really have codes like this, so you're just gonna have to pay whatever's on the website, which is definitely kind of a bummer. Something you need to take into account. Anyways, guys, that's about it for pricing. Let's go ahead and jump into the application. So IPVanish has always had a pretty good application. It's always been pretty similar. Perhaps for the 5 years or so, it's been the same as it is right here. It's always been a pretty polished application, pretty easy to use. The interface is decent. I honestly think it's time for a little bit of an upgrade in terms of the application and what it looks like, but I guess they're not really there yet. Overall, it does work fine, so I don't know if it necessarily needs one. In terms of settings, you got a lot of things that you could customize. I'm not going to click on it right here because I am connected to hide my real IP. But in terms of the active protocols, it allows you to pick between OpenVPN, IPv2, LTE2P, SSTP, and PPTP. So some of those are outdated and not really that recommended for use. However, OpenVPN is pretty good to use, as well as IPv2. IPv2 is going to give you a little bit more connection times, or it's going to connect faster than OpenVPN, especially like when you start up the VPN and you connect to the server. It's going to be a little bit snappier. The speeds are going to be pretty comparable to OpenVPN. However, OpenVPN sometimes is a little bit trickier to block than IPv2. So sometimes OpenVPN is more recommended if you're dealing with firewalls and stuff like that. It's just a little bit of a refresher course for you there. And auto reconnect features will make sure that IPVanish stays connected if it does get disconnected. We do see a kill switch, which will isolate the PC from the internet if the VPN is cut off. So effectively, this is a network kill switch. We don't see an application kill switch, which some VPNs like Torguard and some other VPNs have these kind of cool application kill switches. So let's say the torrent software. So let's say for some reason the VPN disconnects, it's actually going to cut off that application, whereas this is just going to cut off the internet. So it's kind of up to you if you find both of those necessary. We also have a little bit of ports customized, just a couple, 1 or 2, I think, with OpenVPN port. Not too much there, but we do have the scramble open VPN traffic option, which is going to be kind of like VPN obfuscation, which basically means that you can hide your VPN access from maybe firewalls or stuff that might detect it and block you from using VPN. So overall, I actually do like IPVanish's application. It's very easy to use. We have a lot of servers to pick from. I guess I'll have to disconnect and show you that. So you can see we have a little bit of different options here to pick the best available whatnots, but mostly where you'll go to find the servers is in the server list category. It also has a map, and you could choose from the servers you like here, as well as star the server, and it kind of will rank them by the speeds and stuff like that. So overall, very easy to use. Got desynced here because I actually had to re-record this because the audio didn't record. But in terms of the speed test, IPVanish did okay. Honestly, the ping here is pretty good, but the download rate was not quite what I was looking for. Usually without VPN on, I get around a gigabyte megabits per second. So that's gonna be like 900 to 1000 megabits per second. Upload rate is usually around 40. And in the speed test, we got around 155 for VPN, which is pretty slow for that download rate. Usually for VPN, we like to see around 350 megabits per second. More is like the standard, or for like the fastest VPN you could get is around 350 to 400 for me, which is very good speeds, pretty much good for everything. IPVanish just didn't really fit the bill here. As you could see, we did get a much slower upload rate as well. Usually around 40, like I said, is now down to 9.14. Ping is okay, but it's just not as fast as I was hoping for. It is a little bit faster than other VPNs though in terms of download rate, and we're going to check that out right now in terms of the torrent test. So for the torrent test, we got speeds kind of ranging from 15 to low 20s. I would say that under 15 is what I would quantify as an average VPN. Going under 10 would be slower. 15 to kind of low 20s is going to be a little bit faster than average for me, but not that fast. We could see fast VPNs like TorGuard and some other ones get between 30 to 40 megabits per second here on these downloads, and even faster sometimes. Sometimes with TorGuard, I could get 50 plus download rate. Sometimes with other ones I could get fast as well, but IPVanish here, it's kind of struggling around that 20 area. So it's a little bit faster than average, but not that much faster. I mean, it's just overall kind of okay. Not bad speeds, but definitely not that impressive. One thing that did impress me about IPVanish this time around is that we did see a pretty responsive live chat. Now, IPVanish has not always had live chat, and a lot of my other past reviews, they didn't have live chat. So I was pretty impressed here to see that they did have a pretty responsive live chat, and it was, I didn't have to wait long, and they answered my question pretty well. I pretty much just asked them, which servers are going to work with the streaming services, and they helped me find the right one. So overall, very good job here, IPVanish. And in the past, when I used their ticket system, they usually give you refunds pretty quickly without a hassle. Some of the other VPNs like NordVPN will kind of make you explain why you're getting a refund, and some VPNs like ExpressVPN take like a week to get a refund for some reason. IPVanish never really had those issues. So overall, very solid customer support, and getting a little bit of a bonus here since the live chat seems to be more consistent than ever before, and very recommended to test out if you have problems with this service. Now, IPVanish is kind of a mixed bag. On one hand, the privacy policy is pretty good. It claims to be a zero-log privacy policy all over their website, and they don't really collect any information outside of what they collect on the actual website, which does have 5 trackers, by the way, according to Brave. So it is collecting stuff about using the website, but not using the services itself. So it's not collecting your IP or collection logs and stuff like that. However, IPVanish does kind of have a troubled history. There's been cases of it logging. In 2016, it was caught handing over user information to authorities, and there was a huge deal about this on Reddit, so much so that the CEO even came out and answered questions about the issue, explaining that the former company had given up logs, and now the company that is at hand now is not a logging type of company. So they're claiming pretty much no responsibility for what happened in the past, and saying moving forward, a new company owns it and won't log anymore. This actually is a pretty good example to show why buying a VPN for a long-term subscription can be not a good idea, because when a company changes hands, all the policies and kind of reputation also changes hands. So the former owners of IPVanish were maybe not a good company because they gave over logs, but now maybe the new owners of the company very well could be good owners and not give up any logs. It's kind of hard to trust this company though, because yet again, the company that at the time was talking about this issue eventually did end up selling it to J2 Global. J2 Global is a leading publisher on the internet, owning companies like IGN, PC Mag, other VPNs as well, like Strong VPN, Encrypt.me, and Overplay.net, and Block.us. So it's like, it's a change of hand again. So who's to say that this owner, J2 Global, they don't necessarily hold responsibility for what happened to the previous owner, and maybe these people would be willing to log more than the owner before the one that did log. Honestly, guys, it's kind of confusing, right? So it's just not a very good reputation here. The company's changed hands so many times. You're not really sure, like, if they're the logging type of company, if you could trust them or not. It's just kind of messy. Now, unfortunately, IPVanish isn't going to do that well in streaming. I tested it out with Netflix, and just like last time in my last review, it actually did work with Netflix. So if you only want to watch Netflix, IPVanish could be a good option. However, if you're looking for a VPN that works with all the streaming services like Hulu, as you can see here, it's not going to work with Hulu. I also tested out Prime Video and BBC iPlayer. Prime Video was not working with IPVanish. Later on, I also tested BBC iPlayer, and that's not working either. In my last review, both BBC iPlayer and Netflix worked, and in this one, the only one that works is in Netflix. So it's disappointing to see a decrease in streaming compatibility. But honestly, I'm not that surprised. For some reason, IPVanish has never really been that good of a streaming VPN. They've always kind of struggled with the compatibility here, getting these proxy errors. Which is funny because you'll see a lot of YouTube guys recommend IPVanish as the best streaming VPN, which is kind of a bunch of baloney because it's simply not the best one in terms of compatibility. It's struggled in this area, always has, and it's actually rated lower now this year than in the past, which is a letdown. So guys, it's a good thing that we updated this review because the score did change. Looking at the older review, comparing it to this one, we do see a little bit of an increase in the score actually. It went up from a 3.2 now to a 3.37, so a decent upgrade. What changed? Well, I think I gave it a little bit more credit here in terms of the application and pricing. Previously, I only gave IPVanish a 3.5 in terms of price. I think now they've improved the pricing, especially for the yearly plan. I also gave IPVanish's application a point of an upgrade because I think it is a very strong application. It has good customization, pretty much everything you're going to need, and it's very easy to use. I also gave speed a 0.5 of an upgrade because I think it is a decently fast VPN and faster than most other VPNs that are kind of average. I would say it's a little bit faster than average, not super fast, but faster than average. So a 3.5 is fair to me. I also downgraded the reputation a little bit, putting it down from a 2.5 down to a 2, mostly because of their being bought out by J2 Global. And I don't really trust monopolies that much. So I think it does influence reputation there. Customer support, I gave a 5 out of 5 instead of just a 4.5 out of 5. The live chat is very good. The support seems very responsive, and overall, I've never had that much problems with the customer support at all. So upgrading it to a 5 is fair to me. Before it did work with BBC iPlayer, now it doesn't, so I had to lower that down as well. So a lot of the scores kind of got adjusted, some went up, some went down. The overall score did improve from a 3.25 now to a 3.37. Moving it up, I think 3 or 4 places up inside the tier list, right by Black VPN, a little bit above Molvad VPN. So if IPVanish improved their streaming compatibility, improved the reputation, which is not really something that they can do because the reputation is a collection of what has happened in the past and what could happen in the future. They could improve their speeds though and make it a little bit cheaper per month. It could be one of the top rated VPNs here on the channel, so I'll have to keep a look at it in future reviews. Anyways, as of right now, it's a 3.37, a respectable tier 2 VPN provider. If you want to click and buy the VPN down below, feel free to do so, or visit vpntierlist.com to see what other VPNs are ranked better than IPVanish. Feel free to do so as well there. Let me know down in the comments down below if you want to see any future content on the channel in terms of VPN reviews or anything else, just to help me get new ideas for videos. And I'll see you guys in the next one very soon.